Good morning, afternoon, or evening. This is part 2 of our introduction to the Voyager Advanced. I'm Cyclone, and this is Let's Play Train Simulator, in case I didn't say that. As you see, we're about to change ends, so we have to shut down this cab and do a little bit of work here. Yeah, we're going to do a lot of things here before we change cabs. We have some dignitaries boarding here, including Chris Green of Virgin Trains. Oh boy. We're a little nervous now about this. There's some dignitaries on our train. Let's reset the reverser. Let's put the headlights back to a, tail light setting. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and turn that off. So as long as I'm doing this correctly, we should be good to go at this point. I can just go ahead and change cabs. So let's do that by bringing this up. I believe I got everything I need to do. So into the other direction. And I'm going to go ahead and run a save here just for my own sanity in case something goes wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and put the master key back in. Going to prep the reverser now. And let's take the RA off because I know we're going to be clear to go in the other direction. The signal's way up there, but should be clear. We're going to put the headlights into a day setting once again, which is right there. Let's do the radio again. What is this? Speed supervised. Okay, that's what that meant. There we go.
This is an NRN radio test call.
So we are going to start taking off here. The train was pretty much ready to go at that point because we went through the whole startup procedure already. So we are proceeding towards our 50 mile per hour, or into our 50 mile per hour speed limit rather, as we have a green signal in front of us. I was going to say, I hope that's not me. I now have a legitimate concern I might have missed something, so I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss something. No, everything's good. Everything is set correctly, so we should be good to go here. Oh, we have a junction speed. I didn't even notice we were going to have a junction speed limit. That was not on the HUD. I did not know we were moving over the high-speed lines, so I'm being caught speeding on something I did not know, which is unfortunate. But the good news is that we're going to be going on the high-speed lines on the way back to London, which is very good. We have dignitaries on board who are going to appreciate the fast service here. Let's take a look in our passenger cab. Oh, there he is right there. That must be him right there. Is that our dignitary? Nice shades. Hello. Nice view out the window, and there we go. That's a noisy building, I've now come to realize. That is a noisy building. So the nice thing about this line is we have a much faster speed limit now, and I don't have to worry about necessarily monitoring the speed constantly. That's good. So we're going to go with that. Quiet. So our previous speed limit of 75 doesn't apply now. We can go way up beyond that now. 125 is our goal. Our checkpoint is going to be at Maidenhead. And once we've gone by Maidenhead, we're just going to make our way directly to our destination at Eeling Broadway. couldn't disable that alarm for you immediately, but I think it's kind of nice for you to be able to hear that, to know that it is sounding and recognize that I have to press it. But you probably press that immediately after one beep if we just have our finger hovering over the Q key constantly, but who does that? Who keeps their button over the Q key constantly? What do you mean a real train driver does that? They don't have a Q key, they only have an alerter key, which they probably keep their hand over all the time, because it's always going to go off. So yeah, there you go. So we made it up to 103. We're going to keep going up. That 40 is for the junction. We're going to ignore that. I believe this is Twyford. Indeed, if I look at the task, Maidenhead is still coming up. 6 miles away. We're up to 111 and increasing. Tried pushing the alert a little earlier to see if we can stop the alarm from ringing. I don't think that'll work though. It can have its usefulness though, that's for sure. Coming up to 120. Ding. We're going to have to monitor our speed here because we are getting to 123 now. That means we don't want to increase too much more speed. We are going at roughly the speed we want to go for this journey. I'm taking that down to a notch 1 at this time to see if the speed continues to increase. If it does, I will have to idle the throttle. Maidenhead is coming up. That is our waypoint. Notch 1 does lower the throttle. Interesting. Interesting. Things I'm noticing here. So we're going to get ready to pass by Maidenhead in a moment. At a nice 125 miles per hour. Is that the fire alarm again? One of the engines has failed. We won't start it again as we don't want to aggravate any potential problems. Please continue as normal. Try to keep the speed up. The last thing we want to do is block the up main. Quiet. So yeah, there's still some problems with this train. They didn't get them all out. I was getting ready to get you a screenshot of Maidenhead as well, and that fire alarm started up. Blast! So I'll get you another one later. Another fast train. The station we just passed, by the way, that was a Taplow, in case you forgot, coming from the other direction. Next will be Burnham Station. That would be Burnham right there, actually. We don't service it on this line. But Slough, I believe, is serviced on all lines, being a major route. Plus, there's an MBA line coming in that I mentioned earlier. The Slough, Windsor, and Eaton line coming in is a sign that we're about to enter Slough Station. It turns directly forward in front of us on the right lane. So it serves kind of as a terminus, I believe, for that service. We're back up to 121. Drop down to a notch 3 because I think we're going to be able to prevent too much increase there. That, I believe, right now is Slough. I didn't catch the line coming in. Coming up after that is Langley. Like some graphics ready to pop in front of us there. External noises. Here is Langley Station. And as we pass Langley, we are now 10 miles roughly away from Eeling Broadway, which is our stop for our dignitaries. We will be passing Ivor Station next, and shortly thereafter West Drayton, which was our prior waypoint. I don't think it'll be marked on this side because it was marked on the other side for our waypoint there. Probably not for this side. So there's Ivor. I thought West Drayton would be a little bit closer than that, but apparently it's still a little ways away there. Another high-speed service with a 143. I thought these were half a mile apart, so I guess they're not really half a mile apart. Anyway, this must be West Drayton. Following West Drayton will be Hayes and Harlington. Hayes and Harlington will be roughly 5.5 miles or so from our stop at Eeling Broadway. There are a couple more stations along the way towards there as well. In fact, 3 more I'm counting. We'll talk about those momentarily. So this is Hayes and Harlington. Next will be Southall. We're going to pass the Grand Union Canal along the way to Southall. Our speed is going up very imperceptibly at this point, which is fine. At notch 3, we're already close to our speed limit anyway, but we're being dropped to a 70 apparently. I don't think that's something we have to deal with. Are we taking this junction? I'm going to lower just in case we do have to use this junction, so I'm going to start lowering the full service brakes right now. I don't think this is my brake, but I'm not sure. Hanwell is coming up. We're going to have to slow down for our stop anyway, so why not? So Hanwell is the station I believe we just passed. There's going to be some lines going off to the left here. One going off, one coming in. I'm starting to think that 70 was something we could have ignored, but you know what? It's okay. There's no timing, so we're okay. Yeah, there's no indication we're actually taking that right now, which is a little, eh. Yeah, that was not our 70. We'll live with it. We will live with it. West Ealing will be coming up before Eeling Broadway. That is our last station before our stop. We're 2 miles away from Eeling Broadway at this time. Actually, that might be Hanwell we just passed. So apparently I missed the station somewhere along this junction. Because I think West Ealing is a little bit closer than to the station. We have a flashing diversion, so we're going to be leaving the main track. We already know this. That does appear to be another station up ahead from what I can tell. Actually, I take that back. It's just, yeah, that's the West Ealing station. So we did just pass Hanwell back there. This is West Ealing. And Eeling Broadway is the next station we will see. We need to slow down for our stop. So that would have been a single flashing double yellow back there. I don't know if I saw the double, but I definitely saw flashing yellow. And we are going to see we just saw the single flashing yellow. So I'm taking ourselves down to a full service brake application at this time to move our speed to a more manageable level. And we're also seeing what kind of brake power we have coming in at a fast speed. So we're entering the station going at about 33. I'm going to lower the brake power a little bit. Our diversion signal is up ahead. Going to increase the or lower the brake power a little bit more. In fact, I'm going to leave it at about 20 for right now as we coast along to find the appropriate stopping point, or just stop at the end of the platform, which is what I'll probably end up doing. Yeah, I don't see a stop marker on this track, so I'm just going to stop before the end of the platform, and that'll do nicely. There we are. Our dignitaries made apart. The officials have now left the train. Not sure if they noticed the engine failure, but they seem happy enough, so hopefully they didn't. We will now head back to OOC East. We got lucky. Let's make sure our route is set for OOC East. We're going to be popping off. Right now, listed for the main track. I don't think that's going to stay like that. So or is it? Is that where we're going to go? Where is OOC East? Oh no, it's up ahead. Okay, I'm misreading it. So our line is going to take us supposedly straight onwards, which does not seem right. Okay, maybe it is. Maybe we're being routed that way. So let's take a look as we get going. We'll figure that out. We're still 2 3/4 miles away from OOC East. Reverse 1. I could have stayed at 70 on that, looks like, unlike the ones further back on the faster section where they were supposed to be 40. Kind of funny if you think about it. I'm just staying casual at this point. I'm not going to go beyond 50 because there's no reason to. Having engine problems, so we might as well just take it easy, right? So checking our route ahead, if we look for OCC reverse, we're going to notice that the line is now lit up blue, so we are lined up to go well beyond that into siding 2 if we keep going, which we're not going to do. So our path is set. You can see a 75 marker coming up on the track ahead, but I have a feeling we're going to be going down to yard speed as soon as we get up to the yard. So actually, that's a 25. Sorry, that's a 25 we're looking at. So we're going to be coming down to 25. The 7 and the 2 just look so similar in this game. This is Acton Main Line Station. I got a little testy and I lowered my speed down to 40 thinking we were taking that trip off, but we were not taking that trip off, so we could have kept going. We received an AWS alert for something there too. I didn't catch what the speed was, but I don't think it applies to us anyway. There is another alert. That's our flashing yellow leaving the line in a moment. There's another alert for something. Alerts galore today. So that was a flashing double yellow we see ahead of us right now. That is our divergence alert. The next signal will be a single flashing yellow, and the signal after that, because we're leaving the line, it may be a double yellow or a single yellow, I don't know, that goes with the feather junction. There's a 40 alert there, which I don't think has anything to do with us. But I'm just getting a little testy now, so I'm going to keep our speed at 40 until we need to get down to 25. I'm just a little bit testy at this time. We have a single yellow. The other track has a double yellow, so they're also going to be junctioning over to our track, it looks like. Okay, now I'm going to start getting down to 25. We will have received an alert, I think, for the signal at that point, but we already got our alert for the junction. I was right, double yellow with a feather indicator. I was absolutely right. I like being right. Sometimes. So 25 is now our yard speed. Our points are set because they have not changed since we left the yard. So we're going to go ahead and pull into our spot in the yard, and that is going to be that. This is our stop. But as before, I'm going to get our train past the signal for the purpose of the person taking over from us. Assuming it's not us finishing the journey, because this is our last stop. So we're done here. We are past the signal at this point, which is a red anyway, so I guess we're just going to stay here. We're just going to stay here at this point. So here we are, final stop. Let's look at the train as we finish. So that was our introductory tour of the Voyager Advanced model, and as you see, it has a bit of a tricky setup procedure on it, so you have to be very careful starting this one up for scenarios and making sure we do things we need to satisfy the needs of the scenarios. Well done this morning, driver. We will leave the train here whilst checks are carried out. Ah, that's what's going on. And it'll be cleared to go into the depot later. So there we are. It's going to stay right here while things are checked. Good idea. There's some... When a fire alarm goes off and then an engine blows, you know, you got to make sure everything's going properly on it. So make sure she's working. We're done for now, though. And that was a standard scenario, so there's not going to be anything to look at on the score screen. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure if you want to support my work on Patreon, you can do so. It'll help me get more DLC just like this one so that I can do more to entertain you. And it will. You can also join our Discord server. I need to learn how to disable that when the scenario is over. Anyway, see you next time. I'm Cyclone. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, whatever it is for you. You're part of the world. See you next time. Bye-bye.